class, this is Dr. Karsten, and I'm going to go over some of the problems that we have been working on for converting units of weight and mass. So again, we are working on converting units of measurement, and before you watch this video, you must, and seriously, you must have watched the previous video, and the previous video, the one that I made before this, was the one that was called The Secret to Converting Units of Measurement. So you have to watch the video that tells you the secret for how to convert units of measurement before you do this one. So if you did not watch that video, you need to stop watching this one, go back and watch that one, or this one will not make sense. Well, it'll make some sense, but to really understand this, you have to watch that video. That's what's going to make you a pro at this. So today we were focusing on units of weight and mass. So let's take a look at the problems that you had to work on independently so that you can check your work. So, question number 1. Isaiah has a watermelon with a mass of 3 kilograms. Complete the diagram, then write the mass of the watermelon in grams. So again, what am I doing? I am converting kilograms into grams. I want to take the 3 kilograms and figure out how many grams does he have. And I have this wonderful little key here, conversion. It's telling me how to convert kilograms into grams. Now remember what our secret is, my friends. If I want to know how to turn kilograms into grams, what I can do is I can say, well, how would I turn this 1 into 1,000? What would my rule be? Well, how do you turn a 1? Remember, when we're converting units of measurement, we multiply or divide. So how would I turn a 1 into 1,000? Another way to think about this is that 1 times some number, because we're getting bigger, is going to be equal to 1,000. How do I do that? Well, that's nice and easy. 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. So my rule for converting kilograms to grams is times 1,000. So I want to emphasize that to you. We're also going to use the chart in a second, but I'm focusing right now on this rule. So then if I have 3 kilograms, I would have to do that 3, and I'm just going to put a kilogram right there, a K for it right now. Remember, I have to multiply it times something to turn it into some sort of grams. So what do I have to do? What's my rule? I multiply times 1,000. So 3 times 1,000, use your zero trick. 3 times 1 is 3, and then I'd have 3 zeros tacked on. So 3,000, or 1,000 3 times is another way to think about it. So again, I figure out my rule by saying I want to go from kilogram to gram. So I say, how do I turn this 1 into this 1,000? I multiply by 1,000. That's what we did here. Now, over here, we can use this chart. So they're saying we have 3 kilograms. So here you can say I have 1 kilogram. Here I have another kilogram. So here I'm going to have my 3rd kilogram. So it's 1, 2, 3 kilograms. And each kilogram is equivalent or equal to 1,000 grams. So we have 1,000 grams, 1,000 grams, and 1,000 grams. So how many thousands of grams? 3,000 grams. So we had 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 grams. So we got the same answer. So again, this is really where we're moving towards, is being able to convert it by simple multiplication, but this can help us to really visualize it. All right, so then it says write an expression that shows how to convert kilograms to grams. Use K to stand for the number of kilograms. So what was our rule? We take the number of kilograms and we multiply it by 1,000, right? We take the kilograms and we multiply them times 1,000 to get our grams. So I'm going to write that. K times 1,000. And that's all that we need to do. That's the expression they're looking for. All right, so then it says, convert the units of math. So 2 kilograms would be how many thousands? Well, again, what is my rule for converting kilograms to grams? Multiply times 1,000. So I'm going to take that 2, and I'm going to multiply it times 1,000. So what is 2 times 1,000? Use your zero trick, my friends. 2 times 1 is 2, and then add on those zeros. And so that's going to be my answer right there. So now I have to do the same thing with the 4. So again, same exact rule, 4 times 1,000 is going to get me my grams. What do I get? I get 4,000. All right. 2 more questions to go, my friends. I'm trying to keep this one nice and quick since you have 2 videos. All right, so it says complete the table to convert from a larger unit to a smaller unit of weight. So for this one, we are doing pounds and ounces, and they were really nice because they showed us that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. They show it there. That's what this chart is showing us. They're saying 1 pound is 16 ounces. Right here, I can see 3 pounds are 48 ounces. I can see 7 pounds are 112 ounces. So what is the conversion? They're telling us that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and write that up here. And we knew this anyway because we did a lot of this. So 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So what is my rule? How do I convert from a 1 into a 16? What do I have to do to turn 1 into 16? Multiply by 16. 1 times 16 equals 16. Are you noticing that it's always going to be multiplied or divided by the number that we are converting with, that we're turning it into? We'll always have a 1 on one side for now. When you get much older, it'll be different, but we're going to have a 1 on this side and a 16 or a 12 or a 3 or whatever the conversion is over here. You're just multiplying or dividing by that number. That's all you're doing. Nice and easy, super easy. I hope everyone's noticing that. Okay, so here we knew that 1 was 16. So 2 is going to be 2 times 16. And we're going to get 32. And then we have 3 times 16 is 48. And then we're going to have 4 times 16. So I don't care how you do your 4 times 16. Let me grab us a piece of paper, though, to work on. Oh, I lost all my paper. Hang on, I have more paper. Okay, so again, our rule is that we take the number of pounds and we multiply times 16 to get the number of ounces. So that's the rule. So I need to do 4 times 16. Lots of ways you could do this. You can do 4 times 10 and add that to 4 times 6. You can do partial products. You can do an area model. So let's go ahead and do partial products for now, because that's where we have been. So first I'm going to do 4 times the 6, and I get 24. And then I'm going to do 4 times the 10, and I get 40. And when I do that, I get a total of 64. So again, however you want to multiply, if you want to do 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16, so 16 4 times, that's fine too. But regardless, 4 times 16 gives me 64. And then you're going to do 5 times 16 to get this one. And if you do 5 times 16, and I'm not going to go through that, you guys can do this part. You know how to multiply. We had a quiz on this. Is 80, and 6 times 16 is 96. I don't know if you noticed, but as each pound goes up by 1, so it's plus 1, the ounces go up by 16. So it's plus 16, plus 16. So I just wanted to point that out to you also. So again, what did we do? We figured out what our conversion rule is. So we knew that this is the rule. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. And so we figured out, well, what would my expression be? It would be 1 times 16. It's going to be the number of pounds times 16 gets me my answer. All right, last question, my friends. Here we go. Neil has 2 pounds of grapes. He uses some to make a fruit salad. Now Neil has 8 ounces of grapes. How many ounces of grapes does Neil use for the fruit salad? Look at the table in problem 4 to help you answer the question. Show your work. So again, I want to remind everyone that you are not allowed to compare your 2 pounds of grapes or you're not allowed to work with 2 pounds and then work with the 8 ounces and put them together in an expression or in an equation. You can't just go like, oh, 2 minus 8 or 8 minus 2. Not allowed, my friends. The reason is that these are different units of measure. You have pounds and ounces. First thing that you must always do for these word problems is you must convert one of your units of measure to the other. And it is going to be easiest for you to convert the pounds into the ounces, to take the larger unit. Pounds are heavier than ounces. They are larger than ounces. It's going to be easier to turn your pounds into ounces. You're going to use this rule that 1 pound is 16 ounces. Oops, you can't see my rule. You're going to use your rule that 1 pound is 16 ounces, right? 1 pound is 16 ounces. So, first step, let's convert the 2 pounds of grapes into ounces so that we can work with these two. So, 2 pounds is going to be equal to how many ounces? Well, I know my rule is times 16, so it's going to be 2 times 16. And we have it right here. 2 pounds is equal to 32 ounces. So 2 pounds is 32 ounces. 3 is 48. So now what I know is that he has 32 ounces of grapes. I could rewrite this as 32 ounces of grapes. He uses some to make a fruit salad. Now Neil has 8 ounces of grapes. So this is what he has left at the end. How many ounces of grapes does Neil use for the fruit salad? So how many ounces do you guys think he used? What would be a great way to figure out what he used? Well, when I use things, it's like taking it away, right? It's subtracting it. It's gone from my total. Or again, we started with our total and we have what's left. So we're subtracting. So 32 minus some amount of grapes is going to give me the number that I have left, which is 8. Or again, what I know about fact families is that I can flip-flop this around and say 32 minus the 8 will tell me how much I used. Again, let's think of another way to think about this. We could say that this is 32, so that was his total, and that this is what he had left, and this is what he used. So he had 8 left. How many did he use? So that's another way to think about this. Or you could think about a fact family. I know that 32 is equal to some number plus 8. All these great ways to think about it. But remember, when you have your total and you have one of your parts, you can do subtraction. So 32 minus 8, and that's going to give me my answer. And I am so hopeful that all of you guys are doing 32 minus 8. And then if you want, you can do your regrouping. And 12 minus 8 is 4, and 2 minus nothing is 2. And there's your answer. He has 24 ounces, or he used 24 ounces. All right, my friends. Oh, here's the sentence. He used 24 ounces. So that's it for today. Remember, you have to watch that other video for this to really make sense. I will see you in our Google Classroom. Have a great day.